Hello, everyone. This is Jennifer Williams, and this is Lux Life. I am your host and real estate agent with Coldwell Banker Gold Coast in the beautiful city of Chicago. Today, I have returning guest Dave Rebro. I'm proud to have him continue to come on the podcast for his knowledge, his wisdom, technology. He makes it so much easier to understand, especially the topic we're going to cover today. So I do want to, little housekeeping notes. Neither Dave nor I are attorneys nor financial advisors. Anything is our understanding and our interpretation of what's being laid out in front of us in the research that we've done. Anything further, do your own due diligence. And if you want any further information and more detailed, please be sure to get a hold of Dave. We are going to give you his information at the end of the podcast. It's also going to be in our description as well. So today's topic, many of you might have seen, many might have not, the first NFT property sale located in Florida from Defy Unlimited. So Dave's going to dig in and peel back the layers of the onion and let us know just what that was all about. Take it away, Dave. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks again for having me here today. Well, in previous episodes that we have spoken about cryptocurrencies and blockchain in real estate industry, we talked about different ways that you can purchase property and homes, right, in real estate. We talked about using cryptocurrency, which is a digital currency, to go ahead and buy or purchase directly from a seller. We talked about getting a Bitcoin-backed loan, a 30-year loan. In fact, our last episode, we talked about that. I think we talked about where we could use a third-party company where if I have crypto, I can, let's say I have Bitcoin, I can send my Bitcoin to a third-party company. One company out there is called BitPay that does this, and they convert it over to USD and send it over to the seller, right? So there's different ways that we can use cryptocurrencies. Well, we also talked about something called NFTs, right? And we talked about tokenization and we talked about some of that stuff. Let's kind of go back to that first before we get into this purchase, just to kind of hash over that. Well, first of all, an NFT is a non-fungible token, all right? And we said to better understand this, let's divide that into non-fungible and token. So the first thing we said is non-fungible is something that is unique and something that can't be split or divided, okay? And we said, well, in the physical world, that would be something like, well, a piece of physical artwork, or maybe a diamond, or a piece of property. Those are all unique, have unique attributes, and it's tough to split that into equal parts, right? And then we talked about token. So we have something unique and then a token. Well, token is a digital representation of ownership of something, right? So let's say you've heard all the craze out there for NFT artwork, digital artwork that's out there, like crypto punks and crypto kitties and all these things that are hot things out there that people were spending thousands of dollars to buy these unique digital pieces of artwork, right? Well, what a token does is take the uniqueness of that, or the ownership of that item, and then puts it into what we'll call a string of text, all right? And then that string of text is then put into a little device or digital device called a token. And that token represents your ownership of a device or an item. So we have a unique item that is tokenized. Well, one of the conversations we had is what's going to be coming soon, and we've seen it outside of the US, is real estate is going to be tokenized and be able to be sold in the crypto world, which would be in the blockchain world. All right. So what happened on February 10th, and this is so cool, I shared this with you after one of our last episodes, is a home down in Florida. I believe it's Gulfport, Florida, on February 10th, was tokenized into a NFT, all right, a non-fungible token. And basically what that meant is the ownership rights, so the deed of that home or that house was digitized into a token, along with some other related information. And that token or NFT was then put up for auction in a blockchain space, right? Well, we're not going to get into blockchain now, but we'll just say a digital platform, right? And it was put up for auction, and anybody who had the cryptocurrency called Ethereum, all right, or otherwise known as ETH, could use ETH to bid on this house, all right? So what happened is a NFT allowed people to bid, and someone purchased, or the winning bidder purchased this house and got the rights and a couple other things attached to that NFT and became the owner within minutes. All right.
So instead of going through 30 days, title companies, so on and so forth, it's like winning an auction.
Yes.
They did. That's what it was.
That's basically what it was. And all those details are then put into the token, right? And all the descriptions and everything that is needed for that process to happen is tokenized or digitized. And that person who won it is able to take this digital token and put it into their digital wallet. And now they are the owner of the home. It's the first time it's happened within the US. And we had said, once that happens, that's going to open the door for this technology to really start to take off within the US and within the real estate market. So this was full ownership. This was not partial or fractional ownership. That person, upon winning, within minutes became the owner of that house.
Unbelievable. I mean, so then that way you went literally from the conventional way that we've been doing real estate purchases in the US to in what, a month? It's February 10th it's sold.
Yeah.
So once they listed it and got it out there, we all started talking about it and then sold right away. And in that time in 22, we've changed the game.
Yeah, absolutely. What I can do too is let me give you a couple more details about that whole process. All right. And I've got it down here. I have some notes I want to share with you. So the NFT included access to ownership, transfer paperwork, a property picture, additional paperwork for the process, and an NFT mural by a local artist. Yes. So within an NFT, think about this. Not only can you sell the property, but you can add additional value to that sale as well. Maybe benefits, or in this case, a mural by a local artist that was converted into an NFT itself. So there was an NFT within inside the NFT for the house. How cool is that?
You could sell the other NFT that's inside of the NFT. So really it's like you invested in two things with one transaction.
Absolutely. Well, if you think about that added value, I'm going to ask you, what else do you think you could add value into the sale of a house? What could you add as an NFT of something that you could add?
I mean, I know of one that you can purchase a property, and there's a unique vehicle that happens to be with that property that you can purchase along with the property as a package, but you could NFT the car and the house. And
what about memberships? Maybe you bought a condo and it has members. There's
timeshares, membership. It's almost like buy my house, you get all of these benefits and perks. I can't wait to see the disclosure that's going to come out on this.
Absolutely.
But still, to really entice, not that we need to entice too many people right now in our real estate market, but I'm sure it's coming. And it'll again we're opening up our US market even further to trade globally.
Yes. Well, that's a big thing too, breaking the barriers of that. Of course, we know that regulation is going to be monitoring all this, and we'll probably see things that are established along the way, but you have to start somewhere, and this is the start.
I think it's a good start. I think too, you're going to have such a divide in properties and agents and agencies. I just saw that crypto, you can get which I'm going to have to go get this certification amongst all my others, as a crypto certified agent, to be able to better understand and explain, not only just through our podcast, but from my standpoint and from a real estate standpoint. Tech, that's your your deal.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's your expertise. I call you.
Hey, I have a question for you. So what do you think it cost as far as Ethereum, how many Ethereum it took to purchase this house through that auction?
That's a good question. I don't even know.
Yeah, so I wrote it down here too. I had to go back. 210 Ethereum at that time was worth $653 US dollars at that time. So yeah, so basically 210 Ethereum were used to purchase this house. And again, Ethereum is another cryptocurrency that is a byproduct of the Ethereum blockchain. All right, just like Bitcoin is a byproduct of the Bitcoin blockchain.
Sure.
Yeah, so fascinating. So I bet there's some people listening are like, how much did they sell it for? So I wanted to share that with you as well.
Yeah, that's in think of that investment, the return on the investment, $250,000. She originally purchased it in January 21 for 250,000, sold. We agreed 210 Ethereum. That's huge.
Yeah. So the person who sold it, so the seller now has that Ethereum, right? And they have a choice to hold on to it. And the odds are that's going to go up in value. So if we've seen cryptocurrencies from the early stages, we see that they continuously grow upward.
Yes.
So there are some estimated right now, I think Ethereum is just under 4,000, right? Or maybe at 4,000. So there's estimates that in a couple of years, that could be up to 40,000. Well, that's not a bad deal for the seller if they choose to hold on to watch that appreciate, and not only appreciate it, but 10 times it, right?
I mean, really, that's a greater, the risk. I don't even know if the risk is greater than being in the stock market. To me, it's similar to stock market shares. You have A shares, B shares, you have, depends on how aggressive you want to be. Do you want to be moderate? It seems like, from my understanding, this is the same when you are in NFTs or blockchain.
Yeah, absolutely. It's when you buy a cryptocurrency, as you mentioned, it is sort of like buying a stock. As we all know, it's very volatile. This whole environment is very volatile, and you'll see prices go up and down. It's not rare to see a drop 10%, 20% in one day, or maybe 50% in a couple of weeks. But this is an early infancy of this technology, and it is volatile. But we have seen, if you zoom out, you'll see the graph. It's going up and down, but it is continuing up to the right. Okay.
As long as there's an upward trend,
there's an upward trend.
People will continue to get behind it.
Absolutely. And we know that we're still early on in what's going on. The applications of blockchain is just exploding in all different industries. Well, that demand is going to cause the need for more and more of these currencies to support those blockchains. As more and more are bought and purchased, the demand or the supply is going to go down, right? So that means when the supply goes down, what happens?
Demand goes up.
Yeah, demand and price goes up.
Everything.
Yeah. So it's fascinating to see how this works. But the NFT technology is really something that's going to dramatically change how the real estate industry is going to operate. It's going to speed up transactions. It's going to be more you'll be able to verify the transactions more. It eliminates fraud because it's going to be stamped into a blockchain, which is immutable, which means it can't be edited. Once it's in, it can't be changed. So
then there's no wire fraud.
There's no wire fraud.
So prevalent. And I mean, people went, oh, is it real? Yes, it is real. It does happen. So there's no fraud. It's a smoother, easier transaction. Sounds like it's more complex on the front end because we're all still working through this.
Yeah.
We all still don't understand yet how this is going to play out tax-wise, document-wise, education-wise,
Yeah. So anytime you adopt something new, it's going to take a while for change. A lot of people be frightened by this, right? Because they're not really educated on it and they don't understand it. So when that happens, what do people do? They kind of shy back and they go back to what they used to know, right? Where their comfort zone is. It's people like you and other people in the industry that are stepping up and saying, wait a minute, this is going to change and I need to figure this out. I need to learn this. I need to have comfort with this just so I can at least speak to it, speak about it with clients that are asking about it. You had mentioned that you already had clients that are talking about NFTs or talking about just crypto in general using in the transaction process, right?
Right. That's kind of how you and I kind of got on this in this journey that we're on. And they're talking about maybe they're going to take the house and make it an NFT, and then see what that. And I said, well, you have to call Dave. I'll help you sell it, but you have to call Dave as far as how to go about that process because I don't know. Not my field of expertise.
Yeah. We could get really technical on this podcast, but we understand that, well, A, we don't have enough time, right? And B, people aren't at that level right now. So we're just going to try to keep it as basic as possible as you and I talk. But if anybody else wants to get deeper into this, yeah, I do offer workshops. I offer one-on-one coaching. There's a bunch of other offers that I have. You can always connect with me and we can educate you and get you up to speed.
And then let everybody know again, I mean, you've been on several times, but I think that we can't promote you enough as to what is how do we contact you? Where can they find information? What kind of services do you provide? So then that way we've got that comfort level, because again, you've been on quite a few times here. I love having you on as a guest. I always walk away. I learn something every conversation we have. How does somebody get a hold of you?
Yeah, the best way is you can head over to my website, which is D as in Dave, R, C as in cat, S -solutions, that's plural.com. Right on there, my homepage, you'll see a section for cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. Go ahead and click on that, and that'll lead you into that channel where you can learn more about what I offer, my workshops I do, the one-on-one consulting, coaching, speaking. I've been doing a lot of speaking on this topic, as you can imagine, right? Everybody wants to learn about this and wants to bring that into their environment. So I've been doing a lot of speaking, which is a lot of fun for me. So it's great to connect with me there. LinkedIn, I'm on LinkedIn. I have articles and posts up there. So look me up on there, check out my posts, connect with me. Just say, hey, I saw you on the podcast with Jennifer. Let's connect. I love what you guys are talking about. I'm interested in that. Feel free to connect with me, and you can see some of the content that I post up there as well. Much of that is real estate related, but you're going to have all kinds of learning material with the crypto and blockchain environment, so you can get up to speed. The more you can observe, the more you put yourself in front of this, you'll begin to digest this and figure it out. And all of a sudden that light bulb is going to go off and go, oh, all right, I'm getting this. All right. And once that happens, you have that comfort level. Believe me, Jennifer, I'm looking at you now in our conversations compared to our first one.
Compared to our first one, yes.
Yeah, in a matter of a month and a half or whatever it's been, it's amazing to see how you're transforming as well. You're really getting into this. And I get into using it. The lingo, and I'm like, wow, all right, I'd like to see that.
It's been your influence that I have the comfort level, and it has to be quick for me to learn to keep my attention span. And you have done that. So then that way I can get a lot of information, small amount of time. I understand it. If I have a question I can ask, go back to my clients because they're coming to me asking.
Yes. And you're prepared. And when you're prepared, then you're looked at as somebody who obviously is prepared, or even an expert, right? Even though you're not really an expert, you have more knowledge in what they do, or at least you can speak on their terms as well, which is big for you. And that develops a stronger relationship.
Agreed. And that's where, again, you have any further questions? Here's Dave's number. This is what I know. I know right now enough to be a little dangerous. Dave is the expert in NFTs, crypto, blockchain, and Evernote. Definitely opened my eyes for Evernote. So let's just recap real quick. So essentially what someone did with a piece of property, and correct me if I'm wrong, please. So he takes a picture of a piece of property, decides to list it, lists the home, actually lists the NFT for sale, Therefore, the home and whatever the mural is all attached to this NFT. So when they transferred, when the auction was done, you not only got the NFT, but you got the piece of property for too, and the
Yes,
mural.
absolutely.
So
Yeah.
nuts and bolts is you got more than you originally would through a regular real estate sale, just a little more complex right now.
Yes.
But it seems like it's getting a whole lot easier. I thank you for clarifying that, because we've had questions. I mean, I just saw one on LinkedIn today. What does this mean? You know, and now we've answered that question. So
Yeah.
I will stick around after this episode when we're done here, and make it a little shorter one than normal. Usually we go quite long. Again, this is Jennifer Williams with a podcast Lux Life. I am your host and real estate agent, realtor with Coldwell Banker Gold Coast. It's been my pleasure to have returning guest Dave Rebro from DRCS Solutions on going over and making technology and my understanding of technology so much easier. Please do reach out to him if you have any questions. And until next time, thanks a lot.